kid. It's the 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 it's the kid. It's the kid. It's the it's the kid. It's the kid. It's the guys. What's up? What's up? It's the main man here. Double H Hyper Trying Electronics is trying to stay alive, trying to breathe. That's the key thing. Right, Bina. That's how we're living. So that's how we're living here. Breathe. Realize. Chelsea Super Cup winners. Who said that? Ooh, 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 wah, 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 wah. Okay. So we've got an interesting show today. We're gonna talk about Neymar. We're gonna talk about James Rodriguez. We're gonna talk about the guy who trips people. Trippier. We'll talk about your boy Lukaku as well. A lot of stuff on the agenda. We'll be building up to the African Nations Cup final that will be happening on Friday. Nothing's happening on Wednesday. There is no such thing as a third place playoff. You have been lied to. Third place playoffs don't exist. It was all a lie. You were lied to. Third place playoffs as nothing but a flipping myth. So all those things are in there. All those things are cool. And I think, we might as well just ride in here for really our first kind of big story. Because we'll get to Neymar, but I think Neymar was yesterday's story. But we want to first deal with a few of the biggest stories out there. And I think really the biggest one, I wouldn't say the biggest one, but I think the biggest sort of transfer, and I would say the most surprising one, is Trippier. Wow. So I thought this guy was a brick. That's what I heard. I was told that this guy's a brick. So my thing was, how does a brick now gain a transfer to a new look Atletico Madrid? Because Atletico Madrid are making moves. They're making moves. As in, I think they're aggressively trying to, and I'll get to another move that they're trying to make. They're really trying to say we are living in a post-Griezmann era. We're living in a post-Griezmann era. So you don't know about João Felix and so forth. But I think this one is quite interesting. And maybe Simeone has seen something in him that says to him that he believes that Trippier has the potential, has the skill set to be that dude. Hard to say, hard to know, how to feel. But this is very surprising for me because, I thought Trippier was pretty damn good for England at the World Cup. Ever since that, I don't even put him in as tier 3. And he has actually been vilified by a lot of the Tottenham fans. So the transfer makes no flipping sense. But again, maybe Simeone has seen something in him that says to him that now, I believe that this dude has the potential to really maybe do something different for me. So it's a great move for Trippier. It's a bloody amazing move for Trippier. And I think for Trippier, like, this is that's the weird things. Like, based on all the insults he got as a brick, some games he was even dropped. This is a step up. He's moving up. Yes, Tottenham were Champions League finalists, but let's just be real here. If you're moving from Tottenham to Atletico Madrid, that is an upward trajectory. Atletico Madrid are a bigger club. They're a more well-known club. They've got a greater, richer history. They've won a flipping European trophy. Tottenham, I don't even know how many. When last did Tottenham even win a major trophy? So I have no idea how the hell this happened. I have no idea how the hell that he put this through. But look, it came through. It came through. So so he's right back, I believe. I think Trippier is right back. So I suppose who would he be replacing? He's replacing Hernandez because Felipe Luis, I believe, is left back. So yeah, odd. Really. Oh yeah. Thank you, Juan Fran. So because remember, Atletico Madrid, they are going to be completely restructuring their defense. Remember, Diego Godin is out. I even heard that Felipe Luis has been rumored to come in and come out. So already, they're already thoughts, okay, are they going to keep their guys? Are they not going to keep their guys? So that's already up in there with the defense. But I'll keep it. It makes no sense to me. it makes utterly no sense to me that this dude is actually now an Atletico Madrid. I need to check the break card because I think either have him under review or he might be in Class C or Class B. So that itself for me, that's just odd. That really is just odd. So linking with that as well, um, James Bond, or shall we say James Bond. So they for I think for the last few weeks, especially during the especially during the Copa America, it was believed that James Rodriguez was moving to Napoli, and I was even saying, my gosh, if these guys are to get flipping James Rodriguez, that would be crazy. So in my mind was like, if James Rodriguez moves to Napoli, that would be a huge move. That would be a massive, and that would be a really, really great quality move for your boys. That would be a great move for Napoli, and I think that that would really make things very interesting in the Serie because again, it's about can you beat Juve? Can you stop Juventus from winning 10 in a row? So if you're bringing in James Rodriguez with Dries Mertens and Insigne and Milik in the attack, I'll be like, oh damn, pretty interesting. But it now seems as if Atletico Madrid may have hijacked this transfer, and it is now looking more likely that they will be getting James Rodriguez. And I think De Laurentiis, the Napoli president, I think he came out and said that, why is it that we can't loan this dude? We want to loan this dude. So I think they wanted him on a loan, but for some reason the loan couldn't come through. And they're saying that, okay, how come Bayern can loan James Rodriguez out, but you can't loan him out to us? So, look, bro, I mean that's between them. So if Atletico are in the mix and you are James Rodriguez, I think there is a strong chance that they could get him. Because look, James Rodriguez is a very talented player. There is still talent there in this dude. And my thing is, Real Madrid, he was played out of position at Real Madrid. Let's keep it real. He's played out of position at Real Madrid. Bayern Munich, you're in an aging team. Yes, he was put in the number 10 squad, but you're in a team that is aging and people have said it's pretty much past its prime. So if you're going to Napoli, I believe that is a team in which between Insigne, Mertens, and Milik, I think is ripe to really get the best out of him. But if you now go to Atletico Madrid, you look at Atletico Madrid, I think that'd be interesting. If it was me, I think James Rodriguez should really consider Napoli. I think Napoli would be a better fit because when you look at how James Rodriguez plays and how he flourishes, because let's put it this way, James Rodriguez has been irrelevant since the 2014 World Cup. Let's keep it real. The only time he has come into relevance is when he puts on that Colombian jersey. So whenever he puts on this jersey, he's a different player. Completely different player, and he is totally transformed. And it's only a player that everybody wants. But when he does not, he just seems like a guy completely out of time, who is extremely one-footed, extremely ineffective, and really has no bearing on the game. For Atletico Madrid, I think the danger of him moving to Atletico is I don't know what that team is going to look like. I really do not know what that team is going to look like. Is it because rumors have said, I've been reading reports that Simeone is now building a much more attacking team. Those are the rumors that I've been hearing, that it's going to be a much more offensive team, much more attacking team. But my thing is that Simeone is not an offensive coach. But when you look at how Napoli play and the freedom with which Ancelotti likes players to express themselves, and the fact that Ancelotti, I think he was the one that actually brought James Rodriguez in the first place, I think James Rodriguez would actually work really well. I think he would work probably better in Napoli with those players in that team and in how they play. I think for James Rodriguez, I think he needs this move, because people like you, and it would be such a shame for his career if look at what you did in 2014. You took the world by storm. Everyone thought, my God, this is going to be Colombia's first footballing superstar. And ever since 2015, he's never really kicked on from there. He's never really advanced from being the top scorer and people would argue the best player. Well, actually, at least one of the best players in 2014. I'll say Robin or Lam were the best players in that 2014 World Cup. So um, he has yet to prove himself club-wise. That's the issue. He has yet to prove himself club-wise, and that is why this is an important move. The choice he makes is going to determine how he's viewed in his career. It's going to determine how he's viewed in his career. So before we go to the next one, remember, guys, drop a like, hit that like button. It only takes you a few seconds. It helps with the algorithm of the show. Remember to hit that like button. Okay, let me actually put this down. So yeah, remember to hit that like button, guys, man. Remember to rolling it through, and I'll be reminding people through. Remember, the link is below. Remember to subscribe to the Half Up Sort. Half Up Sort, what is this? Half Up Sort is where I do my movie reviews, my anime reviews, TV reviews, rap stuff. I literally talk about anything entertainment-wise on Half Up Sort, and you can just click on the link. Look at that shit. Look at that smile. You cannot say that. So right there below, sub to the channel and view all the interesting stuff. And remember, you can get your merch through the shop. Just go to the website, click on the stuff that is there, and it will take you to the shop to get your free merch. And Patreon, man, the Patreon, this is where you can get extra videos, extra stuff, and some exclusive videos and just extra content by being a patron. And the different things, you've got great teams here. Argentina, for me, one of the best teams out there. And people keep saying, like, because I put out a poll that who's the best central midfielder of all time, and people said it was rude that I put Ray Kelme in there. The people who have issues that never watched Ray Kelme play, anybody who's seen Ray Kelme play will say he's one of the best central midfielders of all time. So that is, without a doubt, just a simple fact. Great teams. Another one, Dortmund here. Retrospectives, El Copa Americano, Griezmann, and this is just part of the whole blog thing. So back to the show. So the next item we have on the agenda, Romelu Lukaku. So I don't know what's happening here. Down a bit. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know whether this is a swap deal or a straight transfer. What I've heard from my very trusted sources is he is apparently days away from joining Inter Milan. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I don't know how much truth is that, but they say that he is days away from joining Inter Milan. And see, my thing is this with Lukaku now is that Lukaku is a quality finisher, and I think if you put him in the right system, in the right environment, he can be a sniper, efficient, effective finisher for you. So that's for Everton. We saw that in a bit for Belgium and in a few games for Man United. Lukaku can still be a brick. That's why his nickname is Tims. His nickname is Tims because sometimes his ball control resembles you trying to play football with Timberland boots. So sometimes he can be Tims, and I believe he's been a Class B brick. I don't know whether I'm putting Class B, but I think he has reached Class B status before. But there is still a quality striker here. And I think if you're Man United, this is risky. This is risky because if they're letting Lukaku go, that means they're putting all their chips and all their hopes in Rashford and Martial. Because Lukaku is a proven goal scorer. This has been a break. This has been a crap. there have been times in which this guy has been a proven flipping goal scorer. So if Inter Milan are coming to get him, I really do believe that there is a possibility that it can work. It can work because remember, I think when I look at someone like Morata, I think there's no hope for a Morata. Someone like Higuain, there's no hope for Higuain. First of all, Higuain needs to lose some weight, but beyond that, I don't think that there's much hope for a Higuain. But I think in a Lukaku, because there've been times when this guy has been utter trash and garbage. But if you put him in the right environment and you get that ball to his left foot and you put him in positions with a good angle to strike against the keeper, this guy has shown that he has a very accurate shot on him. And I think it is unfair for us to completely judge him on Man United. Are we not going to say that Labil is struggling? That's a very interesting narrative that people want to have. That Labil is now trash. Labil is useless. Look at what he did for United. You can't judge people based on that Man United situation because that Man United situation was a pile of crap where everyone was garbage. So, because see the thing now is this, between Icardi and Lukaku, Icardi is a better striker. Like, let's not mince words. Icardi is a better striker than Lukaku. 10 times out of 10, I am taking Icardi over Lukaku. I think Icardi can give me more. I think he's a better finisher. I think he's a better footballer. And just a better player, striker overall. But for some reason, Icardi and Inter Milan, this has just broken up. Because there is no way that Inter Milan would be going for Inter Milan and letting go of Icardi if there wasn't something private that was happening. And again, there's something private happening, and somehow these guys have now broken through. And you see, we know that Antonio Conte is a very pragmatic coach. And I think if Conte has identified Lukaku and said, no, Lukaku is my guy, maybe he believes that if you don't have Icardi, Lukaku has something that I can use to just get me those goals. Because remember, all Conte wants from Lukaku is just to finish. Not about dribbling guys, not about crazy ball control, not about scissors kicks here and there. It's, bro, all I want from you is just to G up. All I need from you is just to score G's. That's it. Nothing more. It's as simple as that. All I need to do is to score G's. Now, my personal view is, see, on face value, I'm like, okay, you want to win this Serie A. Like, Inter Milan and Napoli are the two teams that people look at to pretty much take over Juventus and say, okay, if you want to win the Serie A, is it really is it really right to put your hopes on Lukaku? A guy who has been to Siberia before. He has lived and resided in Siberia before. Do you really want to put all your hopes in him? But at the same time, I'm like, I have seen him play well. I have seen Lukaku being prolific. Morata has never been prolific before. Higuain was prolific like about a decade ago. Lukaku at Everton is not that far. It was not that far long ago, and we've seen Lukaku being prolific for Belgium a lot more recently. So, if somehow, some way, Conte can construct a team that creates the platform for Lukaku to be prolific in the way that he has been for Belgium and for Everton and so forth, he could get 25. He could get 25 in the Serie A. He could. It's possible that he could get 25 in the Serie A. You worry about his lack of mobility, his maneuverability, his lack of good ball control. But if you give him a through ball, if you give him a one-on-one, if you give him that right angle to take his shot, bro, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, in the chat box, guys, tell me, so Lukaku, how do you believe that he can be a success? Write in the chat box. Do you believe that Lukaku can be a success? Give me your thoughts in that chat. Some stuff out there, man. What the hell are you guys saying? bro. Okay, let me before I go to the next topic here. Be let me be fully clear here because I don't think I was clear here. I am not doing a preview of Nigeria Tunisia. This is the reason I'm not doing a preview about that. They need to stop this. Can Nobody can tell me a good reason why we have third place players. No, no one can. Please tell me. If somebody can try to explain to me and tell me why do we have third place players, I would love to know. I would love to know why we have third place players. Those are the most. Do you know what the third place playoff is? The third place playoff is a game for losers. You are literally watching a game for losers. You're literally watching a game between two teams who were not good enough to make the final. And what people need to understand is that football isn't the Olympics. I'm sorry, like I don't know whether you know that, but football is not the Olympics. Okay, it's not the Olympics. Football is about winning the trophy. Nobody cares whether you come second or third. Like in the Olympics, bronze medal means something. You get it means something. And like there's a percentage when you have gold, silver, bronze. In football, all that matters is who won the trophy. No one cares whether you lost in the final. So why the hell should anybody care that you won the third place playoff? Third place playoffs are irrelevant. They are stupid and they have to be stopped. They have to be stopped. So I because I have a lot to say. I mean, like I'll probably put out a video as to where I think Nigerian football should be heading. But do you want me to now get excited for a third place playoff between Nigeria? You want to get excited for a third place playoff, including Nigeria? You know? Oh, okay, no. Okay, no. I've got to take issue with Damien right now. Damien, okay, let me because this is what let me get it. Don't worry. We're still on. So, Damien, you're calling me unpatriotic. See, this is what I like. So, let me get this straight. I'm only patriotic if I defend crapness all the way throughout. That's what patriotism is. So, I'm only patriotic when I see a team that picks losers and guys who don't know how to play football. I'm unpatriotic because I refuse to support a team that doesn't play the right Nigerian way. I'm sorry, like I keep it real here, and that's what I'll always do. I'll always keep things real here. I am not a cheerleader. I will never be a cheerleader. I don't just blindly support like, oh well, no. I'm not a cheerleader, and I just think that you should be embarrassed that a nation of 200 million, where a national sport is football, are playing a third place playoff and got so roundly heavily beaten by Algeria. Maybe you should just think hardly rather than just defending for the sake of defending. Just think hard about something is wrong. And they're still gonna keep getting wrong. Something is really, really wrong with Nigerian football that's with a country of 200 million, one of the most populous country in Africa, where football is the number one sport. So that's the best 11 you can. Ahmed Musa is part of the best 11 in the whole of Nigeria. Come on. You see, nah. So, Gallo, you you know what I said here, Gallo. You are not allowed to speak until Delete has fully. So, Gallo, I told you, you are banned from this stream until I see Delete on fully moving. Also, is it actually confirmed now? Okay, you know what? Okay, that's it. All right. If I go on Twitter and this dude hasn't moved, Gallo, I'm gonna ban you. Let's go on Twitter, shall we? So, Twitter. Let's what's happening. Twitter. Um, oh, there's a lunar eclipse. Delete. Okay, it's getting closer. Welcome, delete. So he's landed. I'm looking at it as a plane land. So Tancredi Palmieri says delete landed in Turin. Thursday will be unveiled by Juventus. Okay, so he's arrived. So Gallo, okay, maybe you can stay now. Okay, after the last 2, 3 weeks of talking, maybe you can stay. So guys, I want to wait until it's fully official, until he's unveiled. But Juventus are looking very, very because so Ramsey, Rabiot, Delete, guys, Juventus are looking very, very dangerous. They're looking very dangerous. If Cristiano can remain fit, guys, I think Juve are coming. They're coming for that CL. Juve, Juve are coming for that CL. Um, let me put this. If Juventus get Labille, if Juventus get Labille, so if Juventus roll with Labille, Ramsey, Rabiot, Delete, and under the Sarri system, yeah, I'm not saying that they're going to win this year, but all I'm saying is that they're now a real threat. Because you know how guys always say, okay, who's going to win the Champions League next season and everything? I said, look, I cannot tell you the Champions League favorites because I have to see what teams look like come next season. Because players are still contracts are still being signed, deals are still being made. I say, look, who knows? Juve may not have stopped buying. Bayern Munich haven't even bought anybody yet. So I need to wait until the big dogs have said what's up. Until the big dogs say what's up, then I'll be like, aha, this is how we're gonna go. But Juventus are making very big moves, and I'm liking the moves that they're making because those moves tell me that these guys are now serious. They're serious. They are the serious moves. I think for Juventus, 100%. Let's cut it out. Yes, they want to win the Serie. Yes, they want to win the Serie and tennis row. And yes, I think it would be completely hilarious and funny and totally comedic if Juventus actually were to win the Serie 10 years in a row. But the Champions League is something that we want. Juventus really want that CM. It is something that has eluded them for so long that these buys, these purchases, the reason why they brought Cristiano is like they want the Champions League. They want that flipping Champions League. They want that trophy. They want it. And so does Cristiano. Don't be fooled. Cristiano wants that flipping trophy. So everyone's best friend, Neymar. So reiterating from yesterday, so Neymar reportedly uh, told he reportedly told the PSG directors and the PSG higher ups that look, I want to leave. I want to get myself out of here. And I did an impromptu vid and I said, you know what? He's going to Barcelona. This is it. I don't think that Real Madrid are going to go for him. Real have pulled themselves out of the ban, and Juventus have not really been in the framework. He ain't sniffing or touching Man United, so Beryl. So the only really option is Barcelona, and I do believe that there is a possibility. People said it wasn't the possibility that they could get him and Griezmann in the same summer. And I think if Neymar goes to Barcelona and he's somehow fit, that changes that changes everything. I think if Neymar, who I think has grown more confident in his powers, and I think he has improved. Yes, he's been injured, but I think he has improved. I think him joining up with Messi would change things. But we're not hearing that he has returned to training, and now reports are now saying, um, reports are now saying that Neymar is now going to be remaining at Barcelona this summer. Those are like the apparent rumors that we talk, but apparently it's not going to be remaining um, there this summer. Again, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. And look, let me keep things here. Uh, Talent wise, Neymar might be the best player in the world. Talent wise, and one of the saddest things of Neymar's career is I say if Neymar was going to retire now, he would ultimately be a failure, because don't give me that notion that, oh my gosh, he won a treble. Anybody that brings up the Olympics or the Confederations Cup, you're a loser. If you bring up those two um, trophies and put them as achievements, you're a loser, and you have a loser's cowards mentality. Only losers, cowards, and flipping sideshows and good for nothings will open their rotten mouths and say either the Olympics or the Confederations Cup, a glorified friendly tournament, is a major trophy. The only thing that Neymar has achieved is that treble. It is a great achievement, but he didn't win it as a sole superstar. He won it with the help of Messi and Cannibal. And let me remind you people, why did Neymar leave for PSG? He left for PSG because he wanted to win it by himself. He wanted to be the sole superstar that won that trophy. And guys, do you want to keep it real? Messi never really won a Champions League by himself as a sole superstar. 2015, he had the Cannibal and Neymar. 2011, he had he had David Villa and Pedro. David argument would say that during that period, people would say that Villa was probably the best striker in the world. Remember, this was after he pretty much led Spain to the World Cup in 2010. And 2009, you had Henry and Samuel Eto'o, two top-tier strikers. Do we want to mention who Ronaldinho had in his team? Baby Eto'o, Deco, a bunch of no-names, fishermen, carpenters, plumbers, painters, all the kinds of doctors, engineers. But that's just a separate thing. But Neymar's impetus for moving to PSG was, I want to prove that I'm truly a superstar. Because if Neymar had led PSG to a Champions League win, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. He would have won the Ballon d'Or and he would have dethroned Messi. He would have been the supreme number one, undisputed best player on the planet. That's why he left. But you can argue with injuries, convenient injuries, and so forth, it hasn't pulled through. And see, this is the dilemma here. See, if Neymar goes back to Barcelona and he wins the treble, Champions League and everything, but he wins it while playing with Messi, it's still not a real win. The only real win Neymar can have is if you win it as a sole superstar. That's why he went to PSG. Because he had to go to PSG because for his brand, I have to win this off my own back. I have to be the sole reason why I led my team to this big victory. If I don't do it, I cannot sniff the Ballon d'Or. Because Messi's Ballon d'Ors come from his stats and the amount of goals he scores and just how he is so transcendent stats-wise. Because let's keep it real. Messi and Cristiano are stats merchants. Let's just keep it real. They are stats merchants. So once you're dealing with those stats, Neymar can't compete with those stats. I don't think anybody in history will ever be able to compete with the numbers and the stats that Messi has been dropping. It will never happen. So the only way Neymar could ride is he's going to ride it in the old school. He's just going to ride it in the old way. And riding in the old way is I'm going to be that dude. That's the old way. The only way he can ride is that I'm going to be that guy. That, not this guy, that guy. Not this dude, that dude. And the only way you can be that dude is you need to win the CL with PSG. You need to carry PSG to a CL. So that's how it happens. No CL, no Ballon d'Or. No CL, no Ballon d'Or. It's as simple as that. It's simple math. It's simple quantum physics. So this is because, like, look, Neymar going back to Barcelona is a step back. I feel with where his career is, it's maybe a necessary step because I believe that this PSG product may be too great for him. But then again, we look at the other side of the argument. Again, I'll put it out to the audience. I'll put it out to the guys in the live stream. If Neymar was fully fit for these two past seasons for PSG, do they win the CL? I'm just putting it out there. I don't know the answer for that. If he was fully fit in those two seasons, do they win the CL? 2018, would they be able to beat Real Madrid if Neymar was fully fit? If he was fit for that second leg? This past season, would they have been able to beat Liverpool? So again, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that because we just never know. Because again, see my anger of Neymar was, I believe Mbappe has retired Cristiano and Messi. Like Mbappe is the future. Cristiano and Messi, they're the past. And that was shown by Mbappe's World Cup victory. So for my narrative, I needed Mbappe to win the Champions League so that Cristiano and Messi would officially hand over their kidneys and their intestines to Mbappe. That's what I needed it for the narrative. And Neymar screwed that narrative up. He screwed up. I was about to write the narrative because then that was my narrative. I was like, yes, Mbappe's got the World Cup, and if he now wins the Champions League, it's over. He's now the king of football right now. He's now the future, and Cristiano and Messi now have to bow down to, because if Mbappe shows you a World Cup medal and a Champions League medal, don't say a word. That's why I needed it. That's why I needed it for my flipping narrative. That's why I needed it. If he had been able to do that, boom. And guys, remember, it's not hating. It's not hating. I want something new. And I'm all for the advancement and the new. So that's my thing. But just sort of veering off there. So just rounding on this whole Neymar thing. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Neymar, does he stay at PSG this summer, or does he move to? So does Neymar stay at PSG this summer, or do you think he moves to Barcelona now? Give me your thoughts. So do you think he stays at PSG this summer, or does he move to Barcelona? In my view, this summer has been so crazy. I say that Neymar moves to Barcelona. I think that somehow, some way, something is going to get done, and like towards the end of the transfer window, Neymar will move back to Barcelona. I just don't see how he remains at PSG. I think too much has been said, too much has been put forth, and I just think that there is the environment that now exists based on everything. I just don't think that environment is conducive and healthy for Neymar to remain there. And I think if the question is about his fitness, if Neymar goes to Barcelona and he's fully fit, I see if Neymar. That's just the question. If Neymar is fully fit at Barcelona, we now have a serious threat in Europe. Messi almost won this Champions League with this dude. So put it this way: Messi almost single-handedly led Barcelona to a Champions League win. And I was, you know what? And this is what I was about to say. Like, um, if Messi had led Barcelona single-handedly to that Champions League, I would have considered his horseman status. Because as I was saying through, I was like, bro, this guy's individually carrying this team. And that is why there is a strong argument to give the Ballon d'Or to Messi. That's why that is why the argument is strong. I still believe that Van Dijk should get it. I still believe that Van Dijk should get it because I think that if ever there's a time to give it to a defender, it's not. Last time a defender won it was 2006, and it's not. And giving it to Van Dijk would be, oh, let's because he's a defender out of character analysis. I think no, based on his role as a defender who cannot score thousands and thousands of goals because he's a defender, based on his role as a defender and how effective he's been as a defender, give it to Van Dijk. But with that being said, what Messi was carrying for Barcelona was insane. I watched the matches. Coutinho was trash. Cannibal has now shown that he's declined and probably resorts back to eating people. Malcolm was there. The Oos still a young player who is still growing, but then he had a lot of injuries. So Messi was literally the only guy who was consistently carrying these guys forward. You know. So if Messi just give him, if you're just giving him a prime player, you put Neymar in that team, or you put a actual fully fit Aguero in that team, I think Barcelona win that Champions League. Like, if Barcelona actually had a striker who was in their prime, who actually knew how to strike and was actually playing at a high level, Barcelona win the Champions League. They win the Champions League. But this dude was playing with a bunch of bricks. I'm sorry, like, PK was a brick, became good, then he showed that, nah, I'm actually really a brick though. Coutinho was trash. Coutinho is officially the biggest waste of money we've ever seen this year. Officially, the biggest waste of cash. This, how do but you paid 150 million for him? You, guys, nobody wants to talk about that. Liverpool fans, let me warn you. Be warned. Do not take back Coutinho. Beyond just football reasons, because there are the two reasons: football reasons and moral reasons for why you should not take him back. First of all, football reasons. The way that Liverpool play, I don't think that Coutinho is going to improve that team, and I don't think that Coutinho being in that team will make Liverpool league winners. Because remind me again, has Coutinho ever had an amazing season? No, he's not. Coutinho has never had a total season where he's been amazing. That has never happened. And if you want to win a league, you need a player who is amazing for a season, not a player who is amazing for a run of 12 games. So that is Coutinho. Coutinho will give you 7, 8 great games where he's so superb. And for the next 6, 7, 8 games, he's totally ineffective. That's the football reason. The moral reasons. He left you guys to win a Champions League. He left you guys to win a Champions League with Barcelona because he felt that he has a better chance of winning the Champions League with Barcelona than he does with Liverpool. But karma is a B. Karma is a B-I-T-C-H. That's why we love karma. So he left there, met you guys in the semis, and you beat him, and you ended up winning the Champions League. So why would you want to take him back? On football reasons, but more specifically, moral reasons. So you would take back a guy who said, no, I am too good for you. That's why I'm leaving, and I don't think you guys are good enough to give me the Champions League. The only reason that Coutinho left for Barcelona was to win the Champions League. That's why he left. So him coming back, I think, for me, it would make Liverpool look bad. Because Liverpool and club have to be the mindset that no, we've moved on. You sort yourself out. We've moved on. It's sort of like how married, long time it was great. It was beautiful. And then this woman goes ahead. And remember, you're just a regular guy. You've got your regular 9 to 5 job. You're earning, a cool 30, 40, 50K a year. And, you're a regular guy. And you've been married to your wife for like 7 years. Then this woman, she cheats on you. She cheats on you with this great, swaggy actor singer who earns like flipping millions a year. She cheats on you with him, and they go and get married with in a nice little honeymoon and everything, leaving you by yourself. And you then go and marry someone else. And this person that you go and marry, so you go and marry someone else, and you actually end up becoming this big owner of a massive company. Now you're not earning about 100,000 a year, and that woman who left you, that guy that she cheated on you with, they have a messy divorce, and now she now sees you earning 100,000 a year. She's like, "Oh, can I please come back? Please take me back. I'm sorry. I was your first love." No, because you cheated on me. Okay, so either try and beg for that guy back or go look for someone else. That's exactly what the same situation is. Coutinho right now is a chick without a dude, and she's desperate to try and find a dude. So if you're Liverpool, your mindset has been, we've moved on. We've moved on, and we're doing our thing right now. So um, I think that's that. I mean, that's where we're at over there right now, man. So yeah. So look, Afcon. So again, just to reiterate, I may browse through that third place playoff between Nigeria and Tunisia, but I'm not doing a live chat of Nigeria to Tunisia. No, it's not happening. I'm sorry. I just think it is very insulting and demeaning for me to now really look and sit down, analyze and watch a third. I don't think I've ever done a preview for a third place playoff in my life before. Like, I don't think I've ever done a preview for a third place because it's so ridiculous. The notion is so ridiculous. So, yeah, final on Friday, man. Mane versus Maris, man. Mane versus Maris. Have you guys seen some of the celebrations in Algeria? Woo-wee. Like, I saw some of those videos. Those things are crazy. I mean, this is a massive final, and I think the reason why I like this final is this could be Senegal's first ever AFCON, or this could be Algeria's first AFCON since 1990. So, if either team win, it would be historic and it would be huge. It would be a huge moment for both countries and both sides. So, obviously, my pre-match analysis is obviously going to drop Thursday, but I am leaning heavily towards Algeria. I believe this is Algeria's moment. They're the better team. They've been the best team. Senegal will not have Koulibaly in that final because he's suspended because of his yellow card in the game against Tunisia. So everything is leaning towards him, and I see the only way Mane can get on that podium, he actually needs to win this. That's the only way he gets on the Ballon d'Or podium because I think if Mane doesn't win this AFCON, I think the podium is Van Dijk, Messi, and you know what? They'll probably put Cristiano in. Because really the podium should really be Van Dijk, Messi, and you know what? Probably Bernardo Silva or Sterling. I think you could choose between either Sterling or Bernardo Silva to be the third spot there. Salah messed up. He messed up. I think it was set up for Salah to win it. It was set up for Salah to win that Ballon d'Or. It was set up for Salah to be the second African to win the Ballon d'Or after George Orwell. But South Africa had other ideas. South Africa had other ideas. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the final. I'm looking forward to the final. But I think it's too much for Mane to do and to carry that Senegalese team. Um, and for me, I think that really probably one of the best players at this AFCON has been Mahrez. You know, and I think if Mahrez as captain can lead them to this AFCON, so Mahrez can show you a he can show you two Premier League titles, an FA Cup, a League Cup, and a Nations Cup. Bruh, that's pretty damn good for an Algerian. That's pretty damn good for an Algerian. I think we were even talking about it on Talking Tactics where what if Zidane played for Algeria? What if Benzema played for Algeria? Because there are a lot of people who have been in the French team who have actually gone ahead and actually played for Algeria. So sorry, yeah, there are a lot of people in the French team who are Algerian, and I think the majority of the people who play for Algeria, the Algerian football team, were actually born in France, and that's a tidbit that your boy Danny T was actually telling me, man. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, Fekir, yeah, Fekir. No, so no, a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys. So that is the no. Mbappe is. I think Mbappe is. He's half Cameroonian. He's his other half Algerian. He's definitely half Cameroonian. You but I don't know what his other half is, man. Um, but. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah. So okay. So he's half Cameroon, half. There you go. So imagine if Algeria had Mbappe and Benzema. So imagine if you could have had a front three of um, what's it? Mahrez as the number 10, Mbappe, Benzema. That would be insane. That would be an insane front three. That would be an absolutely insane front. That would just be because I think if because the same thing with the French team. That's why people say, "Oh, West Africa wants a French team." Like a lot of these African teams could be really strong. Could be really strong. But see, the whole thing about that is federations, and the support from the federations. Like Anthony Joshua, who's actually in Nigeria now. Joshua wanted to box for Nigeria, but he just wasn't given the support, and people just didn't really take him seriously enough. So he was like, "Okay, look, I'm going to go and just fight for England." And lo and behold, became the heavyweight champion. And then now Nigeria's like, "Oh, okay, Joshua." Hey. So for a lot of these players, like the infrastructure isn't there, the money isn't there, the support isn't there. So what can you say? Briefly on this, actually, just as we're winding down, pay equality. Let's talk pay equality. Um, so initially, I said that um, women, so the U.S. women's team should be paid the same as the U.S. men's team because the U.S. women's team brings in more money, more revenue, and are watched by more people than the U.S. men's team. So I said, wait a minute, if the U.S. women's team are more successful, they bring in more revenue, they are watched more, they should be brought in. So that's one thing. So I said that. So my thing was, so the U.S. women's team, they bring in more revenue, they are watched by more people, so therefore they should be paid either the same or even more than the U.S. men's team. But at the very same, they should be pay equality. That's what I thought. U.S. women's team, higher revenue, more people watch them, they're more successful. The U.S. men's team couldn't even qualify for the World Cup. But I watched First Take, ESPN First Take, great show, and with your boy Will Kane from right down Texas from the South, boy. And your boy Will Kane, he hit me with those math truth bombs. The thing is, this is the reality. It's not about how successful you are. It's the sport that you're playing in. the US women's team, you play women's football, and women's football doesn't bring as much money as men's football. So even if the US men's team didn't even qualify for the World Cup, they still are within the framework of men's football. And men's football is the biggest sport in the world. It's the biggest sport in the world. And it is the sport that brings in the biggest revenue in the world. It's the sport that has the biggest eyeballs in the world. So the point that Will Kane was making is true. The US women's team actually receive a higher percentage of the pay packets that are in the women's sport, but that pay packet has millions. The US men's team actually take away a smaller percentage of the pay packet in the US men's team, in the US men's sport, but they're pulling from billions. So I don't know what the numbers are, but let's just say take the US women, they take 25% of the packet, but it's 25% of millions. US men's team, they take 7% of the packet, so that's 7% of billions. So therefore, the US men will get paid more because they are pulling from a greater kitty. So do you now say, oh, we should now pull from the money from the US men's team and give it to the US women? I'm like, I think also as well, which is a point, because I was watching an interview with Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan, and I think it was Alex Morgan that she was making the point that like Brazil are very talented. I said Brazil have always been very talented, but they get no support from their federation. Chile get no support from the federation. So the US women are playing against teams and federations that don't give their team. I just believe that looking at the facts and looking at the numbers, you unfortunately can't pay them the same because they are two different sports. I think the main thing is that will women support? Will women watch women's football that doesn't happen during the World Cup? Do women watch the league games of women's leagues? Do women watch the continental championships of women's teams? No, they don't. And this is the real thing. A lot of women, probably more women you'd find, watched the World Cup, the men's World Cup, than the women's World Cup. Because the men's World Cup is popular, it's big, it's more glitzy and glamour, women 100% they want to watch it because it's such a big, huge social event. The women's World Cup doesn't have that same vibe and that same pull, so women won't be watching that. So if you don't show that same level of support, which is what Megan Rapinoe was saying, because Rapinoe was saying, you buy the merchandise, you buy the t-shirts, you got to go to the games, buy tickets. If you don't do that stuff, I'm sorry, man, you just can't be able to be given that same pay. You know, you just can't be able to give them that same pay. So, wait, wait. Who is getting banned now? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Women's World Cup. So yeah, $500 million for the Women's World Cup, and $6 billion for the Men's World Cup. Come on, let me. Sorry, bear with me. So yeah, man, that's just the reality. Oopsies, oopsies. That's just reality of the matter, y'all. All right, what your boy saying, man? What your boy saying, man? Oh wow, is that the real Juju man? Hey, Juju man, what up, bro? Is that the real Juju man himself, man? Um, oh yeah, what's it called? By the way, I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna try and do another live. Oh shit, look, let me actually. So, yeah. I want to try and do another live show on the Half Hope Hot. Remember, guys, the link is below. Half Hope's Hot, man. Movie reviews, music reviews, topical discussions, various stuff to keep you guys entertained. Just an alternative to the football hot is the Half Hop Sort. The link is in the description box below. Click the link in the description box below. Sub to the stuff, and view the things, because I'm trying to give you that good old movie recommendations, and check out my latest movie recommendaciones. So yeah, I've begun watching One Punch Man. That's the latest one that I'm watching right now, and got to say I'm impressed. Got to say I'm impressed. Very, very strong first season. No, sorry, first episode. I've already watched the first episode. Quick question, guys. Who has watched the US version of The Office and the UK version of The Office? Just wondering, who's watched the US version of The Office and the UK version of The Office? Because a lot of people seem to like that US version of The Office a lot. Tukul. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. I've just started the US version as well. I've just started the US version as well. Very different. They are very different, man. They are very different indeed, man. Yeah, no, I mean, because for me, the UK version of The Office for me is one of the best comedies of all time. David Brent is one of the best. David Brent is literally one of the best, funniest characters of all time. Like, David Brent is tier one. That character, he is tier one. Like, no, the UK Office is incredible. The US Office, I think what I just realized that it's different. The US Office is just a different show. It's just a different show, man. But see, do you know what the weird thing is? If you've watched the US version first, you won't like the UK version. But I think it's an easier transition to go from the UK version to the US version. I think when you go from the UK version to the US version, you're like, okay, it's not the same as the UK, but it's cool. If you go from the US version to the UK version, it's not going to work. So if you liked the US version, the UK version, it just won't grab you in the same way, because it is so different tonally. It is so different tonally, man. So that's the thing, man. But UK. But yeah, no, because I think a lot of Americans do. I think Americans don't really do dry comedy and sarcasm. I think like a lot of Americans, I think the comedy is more like in your face, whereas like the UK guys is much more about it's much more level playing field and everything. And yeah, what's it called? They said Thor 4 has been released. Sorry, Thor 4 has been announced. So there you go. I wasn't that big of a fan of Ragnarok. Keeping it real with you, I wasn't that big of a fan. Interesting. I was not that big of a fan. Oh no. Basically, no, I'm thinking basically the thing. Like, you see, do you know what I always say? The best heroes, like leading heroes, are Americans. But if you want just the best kind of actors to support and add as characters, then they didn't go for English people. That's how you do it. Like, you look at Chris Evans as Captain America, Michael Keaton as Batman, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, flipping Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, all Americans, and they make really good heroes. But just go for just guys to bring in really that kind of like acting, like like Gary Oldman and so forth. Then that's where you really get those UK guys flowing through, man. between is interesting. Oh, wow. Man, it's boiling, man. So this right now, it's pretty damn hot, man. It's pretty damn hot. Wait, so people actually really stormed Area 51? Look, if there are aliens, then I'm out, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, bro, so you've never been to Lagos? Or so is this your first time in Lagos, bro? Um, wait, how do you know that aliens are friendly according to who? Have you seen an alien before? If I see an alien, I'm getting the hell out of there, man. Oh damn. Well, if you're going to Lagos, man, you definitely have to go to. You've got to go to Victoria Island, Ikoyi. Those are definitely the places you have to go to. But see, if you go, you try and go to Banana Island. That's like the really kind of cool place. So Banana Island, go to Victoria Island, go to Ikoyi. Um, the cinemas are really good. The cinemas are really good. So if you go to I think it's called, yeah, Silverbird Cinemas, quality cinemas. I mean, they're really well done. And yeah, man, just check out some of the malls and everything. But I think definitely the places to really be are via Ikoyi and check out the malls, ShopRite. Yeah, no. We talked about your boy Trippier, man. Like again, I don't know how Trippier is actually. You see, Tottenham losing Trippier, I don't think that's that big of a deal. That's not that big of a deal to him. Danny Rose, definitely not. I think Danny Rose is a really good left back. He's a really good left back, and that's something they don't want to lose. I I still think someone must be trolling because that just comes out of left back. I don't know why would Atletico want Trippier. That just it makes no sense. It makes no sense as to why they'd want Trippier. Like, why him? You know, why him? It makes no sense whatsoever. Um, all right, guys, look, man, your boy's out. So it's been a good old stream. Sleep well, be good, be healthy, and I will see you guys again on the morrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Catch you, guys. Peace out, stay true, stay real. Peace.